Great moments are born from great opportunity.
Your Rich Rebels take the gridiron, ready to represent their community, their family, and their school once again.
One half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Does not matter where, rain or shine, snow or wind, the Rebels come to play. They come to conquer, and they come to remind their opponent who the Rebels are.
No, I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night!
Another chapter of Rich Football starts now. Rebel Football is brought to you by Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On In Casper, Plains Tire, Hoover Chiropractic, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. Now, here is the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson.
Good afternoon, Rebel fans. We are here in Cokeville for your Rebels football matchup between Rich and Cokeville High. We'll get going with a 2 p.m. kickoff, so until then we got a lot of action going on in our Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, serving Rich County for generations. We'll get to our scene set, brought to you by J-Bar Excavation. Then, of course, it's our weekly Where Are They Now, brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. And our coach's show after that is brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. We got a lot more going on here on the pregame show, so stick it right here on Rebel Radio. I'm Matthew Peterson here, and you're listening to 98.3 FM KADQ and on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back to Cokeville for today's matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers. We'll get into our scene set now. It's brought to you by J-Bar Excavation. The team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation project. Give them a call at 435-793-5855. That's J-Bar Excavation. They brought us our scene set here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Rebels enter with an 0-2 record. They fell to Kanab back in Week 1, and then last Friday to Bear Lake 49-zip. They look to rebound here against the Panthers. As for Cokeville, it's their first game of the season. They had a scrimmage a week ago, but their first official contest today as they welcome the Rebels to Cokeville for what's turning out to be a little warm though, but a beautiful day in western Wyoming, around 81 degrees. It will continue to climb as the game goes on, so that'll be a major focal point for the Rebels. We saw them back in Week 1 really struggle with the heat down in Kanab. Now, granted, this is no southern Utah heat, but it was a difference maker for the Rebels in the second half, so that's something to monitor. But we'll catch in on that and talk about it more on our green scene later on in the pregame show. Let's continue here on our scene set. Let's talk a little bit about Cokeville, what they're all about. The Panthers, it's their season opener, like I mentioned. They are coming off a very successful campaign last year. They went 10-2, and you talk to people in the area, they're a consistently strong team in Wyoming. They're not going to roll over any year. They're going to give it their all, so this will not be a Cokeville team you can just walk on into and expect to pick up an easy win. They're coached by Todd Dayton, and that is our J-Bar Excavation scene set here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Kickoff is roughly 40 minutes away, so be sure to keep it right here until then, and we'll have Rebel football coming your way right after this. We'll have another quick break, and then we'll get into our Where Are They Now? That's brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company out in Thatcher, Idaho, Eddie and Todd Jensen. So we appreciate them supporting us and our portion of the pregame show called Where Are They Now? That'll be on right after this. You're listening to Rebel Radio 98.3 FM K80Q and on mylocalradio.com.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Coming up, we have our Mound Valley Cattle Company Where Are They Now portion of our Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, so be sure to tune in for that. That'll be after this quick break right here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM K80Q and on mylocalradio.com.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
We're back here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. It is time for our Mound Valley Cattle Company portion called Where Are They Now? On today's Where Are They Now episode, I spoke with Jaden Wallentine, class of 2015. So without further ado, here is our special guest, Jaden Wallentine. I'm here with Jaden Wallentine on Where Are They Now? Jaden, the name is in the question, where are you now?
Right now I'm at Weber State studying business administration and marketing.
Oh, that's fantastic. Why did you pick Weber State, and why did you want to study that?
Well, originally I was going actually to Utah State, and then I just got married last December, and after we got married, we decided to move to Weber, so that's kind of why we ended up there. School is cheaper for her there, so we moved there to save a little money, and then with as far as like deciding a degree is, it actually kind of goes back to sports. You know, I loved sports growing up all through high school and stuff, and you know, when it came down to trying to pick a career, part of the reason that I think I love sports so much was it pushed me to be better and to become the best I could at that individual thing. You know, and when thinking of a career, the reason I kind of did business administration marketing is because, you know, in the marketing world, it's very competitive, and you kind of, to be successful, you have to become your best self in that category. And So I just thought that, if I could get into something that's constantly making me push myself, then it'd be something I would enjoy. So
I forgot to mention it, but Jaden, you're class of 2015 at Rich. That's correct?
Yeah, 2015.
Great. So you talk about being a big fan of sports in Weber State, so I've got to ask, is Damian Lillard your first, second, and third favorite player in NBA right now?
He'd probably be, I don't know, he'd be up there. Him and Donovan Mitchell are both up there to watch, so.
He's a proud alum, I'm sure, to have from Weber State, such a successful NBA career. Let's get back to your time at Rich, though. What sports did you play while you were a Rebel?
So I did football and basketball 4 years, and then I did track freshman to junior year.
Do you have any favorite memories or things that will always stick with you, you think, from your time as a football, basketball, and track player?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, all of them are memories that you'll never forget. Just all the times you got to spend with your friends and, work with your friends and overcame stuff with your friends on the court and field. And but obviously, our senior year we took state in football and basketball, and that's, the first time it ever happened in basketball. That's something that, we can always look back on and remember and, hold that close to us. Kind of a cool thing to be able to say, so tell our kids someday. And so, yeah, that's one of my, most.
You mentioned winning.
That is just winning them both that year and first time for Rich in basketball. So,
Jaden, you talk about winning state your senior year. What kind of message would you want to give the football team right now about things they can do to rise to that level of success and just kind of help themselves week to week?
Honestly, just from the years, like, the changes from, like, freshman year to senior year or sophomore year to senior and junior year to senior year, it's, for us when I was there, it was just that, we as a team became, even if we weren't the best friends off the field, when we were on the field, we were brothers there and we had each other's back. Every time, somebody was going to make a tackle, the whole team was there by the end of the play. Even if you didn't get on the tackle, you were there helping your teammates up. And if you had the chance to be there with the tackle, you were, hitting them just as hard as the guy next to you. And, yeah, just being a team, because, even if, the team's got bigger guys, more athletic guys, if your team plays as a unit instead of as individuals, the most athletic guy on the field can't get away from the whole team. So
here with Jaden Walentine, class of 2015 from Rich. Jaden, one last question, and then I'll let you get back to your busy day. Jaden, as you left Rich and you've gone into the real world, as people like to say, what's something that Rich prepared you for, or maybe you took for granted at Rich now that you've had some experience away from Rich County that you wouldn't have realized until you had left Rich?
Something that, I don't know if it's necessarily school related, but something that in high school, I just tried to be kind of friends with everybody, teachers, students, everything. And now that I've gone into the kind of the business administration marketing degree world, just knowing how to be friends with everybody and just build relationships helped me a lot. Helps me connect with people, and in this line of this category of business and school, that's critical, because networking is what it's all about. And so I think, just learning to have healthy relationships and build friendships and common relationships with people has helped me a ton out here in the real world. So
that's great. Thank you so much, Jaden, for your time. And that is Jaden Walentine, class of 2015, for this week's portion of Where Are They Now?
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
It's almost time for our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Coaches Show. No one sees the game like the coaches do. We'll first hear from Cokeville head coach Todd Dayton, and then we'll hear from our very own Rebels head coach Justin Grohl. So stick around for that. We've got that and more coming up here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. We'll be right back right after this.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall, prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
All right, Rebel fans, it's now time for our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Coaches Show. We'll start things off with hearing from Cokeville head coach Todd Dayton.
Here with Cokeville head coach Todd Dayton. Coach, as you get ready for your first game of the season, what has the week of practice and preparation looked like to this point?
Well, we've had a good week. Our kids are excited to start playing, and the kids have worked hard, and hopefully they're going to be ready to go.
Coach, you mentioned you're excited to start playing. Have you ever been so excited for week one before in your career?
No. Well, maybe the first year. But this has been a strange year, and we're just excited that our kids are going to be able to play. And we didn't think that was going to happen, and now it is. So we're excited for our kids, and we're thankful.
What can Rebel fans expect to see out of your team, and what kind of style of play do you bring to the field?
Well, for us to be successful, we gotta play defense. So we concentrate a lot on our defense. We've got to stop people, and we've got to be able to run the ball. And we're not going to change. We're going to try to run the ball between tackles and get after it on defense. And what are some of your key players coming into this, or who are some of your key players coming into this year? Any returning starters? Okay, we've got Ethan Bird. He's a All-State player from last year, 190-pound defensive end and center. He's a real strong, agile, and he has really played well so far this season. Hopefully he'll carry on tomorrow. And Nate Barnes, he's another one of our captains, and he's a big, strong kid, 205. When you look at him, you say, man, that looks like a football player. And he is. He's a very good ball player, middle linebacker, running back, and he's going to have to play well for us to play well. From a coaching perspective, what's it like when your team enters for their first game of the season and you play a Rich Rebels team that has 2 games under their belt? Well, it's not ideal for us for sure. But we just have to go out there and prepare and be ready to play. You mentioned preparing. That Rich has had, with those 2 ball games, is I'm sure it's going to pay off for them, but we just got to step up. We can't worry about what game they're playing. It's that game tomorrow that counts. Here with Coach Dayton of Cokeville, ahead of today's matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers. Coach Dayton,
You mentioned you want to prepare for Rich. What have you seen from the Rebels on film, and what jumps out to you as things you need to do to take down the Rebels?
Well, number one, man, they've had a hard schedule. Those first two games were against very good football teams, and so we've got to realize that they play two very good teams. They're a scrappy bunch. You know, they got the big quarterback, and they do a lot of that run-pass option kind of stuff that puts a lot of pressure on you on the outside. They can run the ball, and you know, I look for them to come out and play very well against us.
Well, Coach, I'll give one last question, and then we'll let you get back to preparing for today's matchup between Rich and Cokeville. Was there a point where you thought there would not be a football season this year, and what is the emotions as your team gets ready for Week 1?
Oh, all summer. All summer we were hearing word that we probably wouldn't be having it, and right up till our first practice, we weren't sure what was going to happen, and so we're excited. We tell our kids, you got to live for the moment, and the moment in football is tomorrow. We don't know what the future brings, and we're going to get ready for tomorrow and lay it out all on the line. And it's going to be a fun game. Rich and Cokeville haven't played for a lot of years, and we're right here together. We should be fun.
That's Coach Todd Dayton for Cokeville here on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Coaches Show. We want to thank Coach Dayton for his time, and when we return, it's head coach Justin Grohl for your Rich Rebels.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Now we are ready to hear from the Rich Rebels football head coach, Justin Grohl, on our Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Coaches Show. I'm here with Rebels football head coach, Justin Grohl. Coach, wrapped up week 2, moving into week 3. What are your big takeaways from the first 2 weeks of the season so far?
I think we got to get more aggressive, tackling wise. Big thing is we've got to come up and make hits and tackle, I think is one of the big keys. We kind of got beat up a little bit, so we got to get people healthy and that. But biggest takeaway is tackle and block. Stay to the whistle a little bit more.
One thing that was really evident from the broadcast booth was the enthusiasm by Riker Conk on defense. From a coaching perspective and from the team, how does that kind of go through the team, and what was your thoughts on that?
It helps because if he'll show that enthusiasm, it picks the team up a little bit. I'd like to see a few more people doing that and just kind of pick the emotion up a little bit.
You're getting ready for Cokeville. What do you know about them? What can you expect to see out of the Panthers?
I think they've had to rebuild a little bit from last year. They run a pretty good offense. Their defense has always been pretty good. They really do a great job at blocking, and they've got a couple of big kids, so I'm sure that they'll be able to run. The passing wise, they'll keep you honest, but I think most of it's run, so we got to be prepared for the run and be able to stop that.
Here with Rebels head coach Justin Grohl. Coach, you ran into a really tough Bear Lake team last time out. From a head coaching perspective, do you just kind of throw that film away, or do you really analyze it and try and dissect where you can get better?
I personally, and as coaches, have went through it. There's some things that we can work on because we're going to face some good teams like that. And that might help us eventually down the line when we run into some like that, like, for example, Beaver. If we get to them, or Milford, or some Duchesne and so we have some things that we can look at and take for it. Kids' standpoint, that was an exceptional group, but they can't dwell on it. It was preseason. We play it just so that we can see what adjustments we can make. So we're not even going to really worry about them on film. I'm not even going to show them the film. If they want to go watch it, then that's fine. But we'll take things away from us as coaches and let the kids focus on what we've got at hand this week.
As you get ready for this week and this week of practice leading into week 3 against Cokeville, what changes are going to be made offensively or defensively from what you've learned throughout the first 2 weeks?
Well, it takes personnel. We've got a few kids that are down. We've got 2 or 3 that probably won't be playing this week because they've been hurt and that. So personnel, we got to juggle them a little bit and put a few more kids in. But looking at it, we're okay because we have some that we can plug in. We just have to execute. Few of the younger kids will be able to move in and play a little bit more and that. So execution is something we really have to take into account this time.
Thank you very much, Coach, and best of luck against the Panthers.
Thank you so much.
Big thanks to Coach Grohl and Coach Dayton for giving me some time this week. And now we'll take another quick break. And then when we come back, we're just a few moments away from kickoff, fans. We have our Laketown Ledger and a lot more all here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels!
Welcome back to Cokeville. Scoreboard reads a little over 16 minutes until we get things underway here between your Rich Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers. So let's slide into our Laketown Ledger. Our Laketown Ledger is always brought to you by the town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. After that, we'll have our green scene. But for now, let's keep it here. It's our Laketown Ledger. And you look at these look at the history between these two teams, and it's been a long time, according to my records, since they last met on a gridiron. In fact, you've got to go back a ways. It's the first time in 31 years. The last time the two sides played was September 1st in 1989. Rebels were defeated 30-12. Cokeville leads the 5-game series these two play between 84 and 89. Ranging from 1985 to 1989. They lead that series 4-1. The lone Rich victory came in the style of a 20-0 shutout final in 1987. So that's your Lake Town ledger. You got to go back 31 years according to my records for the last time the Rebels and the Panthers met between the lines. All right, that is your Lake Town ledger, always brought to you by the town of Lake Town. Good luck, Rebels, from the mayor and the town council of Lake Town. All right, clock now reads a little over 14 and a half minutes to go before we get things going. We still got a lot more ground to cover here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, including our green scene. That's brought to you by Town & Country Realty. Then the keys of the game, our starting lineups. So keep it right here. We're not going to go anywhere. We've got another 15 minutes before opening kickoff. You're listening to Rebel Radio on 98.3 FM KADQ and on mylocalradio.com.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome back to Cokeville for your matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers. I'm Matthew Peterson. We're a little over 10 minutes away from kickoff between the Rebels and Panthers. These two sides, like I mentioned, our Lake Town Legend, have not met in 31 years. So these are a group of kids that don't know each other. There's not a feeling out. There's a feeling out process, as there's not a history between the two sides. They can't draw on last year's matchup where they don't know about their strengths and weaknesses, especially as Cokeville enters this game with this being their first game of the season. Meanwhile, Rich is 0-2 and looks to get their first win. That would snap an 11-game losing streak covering this season and last. And it would give the Rebels their first win against Cokeville since 1985. And it's going to end a 13-game road losing streak as well. That dates back to their last road win on October 14th, 2016, or a little later. It was 14-0 win over Altamont. All right, let's get into our Town & Country Realty green scene. It's a beautiful day here in western Wyoming in Cokeville. A little over 80 degrees, a tad bit windy. It's not going to be windy enough to really impact the ball or anything like that, but it cools you off and it keeps things a little lighter. So a little bit of wind here, 81 degrees, sunny. I don't see a cloud in the sky. Beautiful blue sky today here in Cokeville. So really all around perfect football conditions. Maybe a little colder would have been nicer, but we're not going to complain. We're having football here on September 4th, 2020. Great to say that. All right, and that is our Town & Country Realty green scene. They're selling in Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Contact Pam Cornea, 435-779-0012. We had our coaches show earlier. That's brought to you, as always, by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. All right, we'll take another quick break here. I'm going to try and track down my cameraman for today's game. He's on the sideline at the moment, so we'll get that going, and then we'll have our keys of the game and then the starting lineups all before kickoff right at 2 p.m. So keep it right here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM KADQ and on mylocalradio.com. RebelRadio.com.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph. Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Welcome back to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. I'm Matthew Peterson. Clock reads a little over 8 minutes until we get things going. And so we'll have our Epic Recreation keys of the game now. Let's get that in. Key number 1, finish tackles. That was something Coach Grohl talked about, and it's been an issue for the Rebels. They give up key third downs by not wrapping up and having a team defense follow the ball. So number 1, finish tackles. Your second Epic Recreation key of the game is short-term memory. If you fall behind, which the Rebels have done in the first 2 games a little too early than they would have liked, put it on your mind. You got to just live one play to the next. Short-term memory. Don't dwell on the touchdown or don't dwell on the third down conversion. You got to move on, put it behind you. Short-term memory for Rich. Then third key is, how about you avoid falling behind early? Have a good start. Get out, punch Cokeville in the mouth earlier. This is their first game of the season. They're going to find out a lot about themselves. You can do all the practice you want, but nothing will amount to a game. So for Rich, get out to a strong start here. This is the third game of the season for the Rebels. There's no more finding out about themselves, really. You hope that's over with through 2 weeks of the season. Your offense has got to get in a rhythm, so get off to a strong start. And those are your Epic Recreation keys of the game. Epic Recreation, always giving us our keys of the game. Visit them at epicrecreation.net. Find them on Facebook, Rentals in Bear Lake, or call them at 435-946-3742. That's Epic Recreation. They gave us our keys to the game. We're going to take another quick break here as I try and get my cameraman corralled, and we'll get going for Rich Rebel football. So keep it right here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM KADQ and on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Welcome back to Cokeville High here. We'll get ready for our Rebels and Panthers matchup. Kickoff is just a little over 5 minutes away. We've got some extra time here on our Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. So let's run through some of the key stats going on here for the Rebels. And then we'll get ready for kickoff. So look at the Rebels here, and they're going to come in. This is their third game of the season, and The points column has not been favorable for Rich. They've got 6 through 2 games, scored a touchdown in the first game down in Kanab, and then were shut out a week ago at home against Bear Lake. As for the rushing attack, that's had some promising moments. Hayden Meek leads all backs with 36 yards on 16 attempts. As for the quarterback, Riley Carrillo, he'll lead all rushers with 52 yards, a touchdown on 20 attempts of his own. Riker Conk, though, he's really been picking up his game recently, and you saw him take more command of the offense and, more importantly, the defense in the second game as well. He was making tackle after tackle from that linebacker position. So Riker Conk, someone to keep an eye out for. That's number 15 on your screen. He's rushed for 11 times. And rushed for 11 times, Riker Conk that is, for a total of 27 yards. Receiving, though, Connor Grier, wow, what a special player he's been. He had an interception last week against Bear Lake, but he also has 3 receptions for 81 yards. A big one coming in week 1 against Kanab, a 47-yard reception to bring Rich down to the 1-yard line just before the conclusion of the first half to set up Rich for a touchdown to give them some momentum and put them on the board against the Cowboys before going into halftime. That 40-yard reception has really been the only offense leading to the score. Riley Carrillo afterwards punched it in with a QB sneak, and that's how we got to where we are. So that is your stats for the game before coming into the game for the Rebels. I wish I could give you some Cokeville stats, but it is their first game of the season, so not a lot to say for the for the Panthers. And here we are a little over 3 minutes away before we get going here from Cokeville. We'll take another quick break on our Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, and then when we return, we should have kickoff ready for you here. We'll get into our Let's Construction starting lineups then.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at well child checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Today's matchup against the Rebels and the Panthers. We appreciate you making Rich Rebel football a part of your Friday afternoon. Both sides lining up for the national anthem. We'll have the Pledge of Allegiance, I should say. So we'll have that going on. You're listening to Rebel Radio, and then after that, we're going to get ready here. It'll be just in time for kickoff. We'll go into our Crawford Trough first quarter. Open after every Rebel home game and away game, I assume. So it's the place and eat to drink. I'm new to the area, but it's quickly become one of my favorite spots to get a burger near town. So be sure to check out the Crawford Trough. You can never go wrong with one of their delicious burgers or one of their homemade sodas. We also want to thank and appreciate everyone who made our pregame show possible, all the great sponsors we have, including Auto Farm Chevrolet, our scene set by J-Bar Excavation, Where Are They Now from Mound Valley Cattle Company, the Coaches Show brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, our Green Scene, Town and Country Realty. Contact Pam Cornea for all of your Town and Country Realty needs. Our Lake Town Ledger by the Town of Lake Town, the keys to the game by Epic Recreation, and we have our starting lineups. We'll get into that now. That's brought to you by Let's Construction. And as for the Rebels, your starting lineup looks to be the usual cast. Quarterback Riley Carrillo, back Hayden Meek, Riker Conk, Jaden Goal, and Jaden Rao. And then Connor Grier as your wide receiver along with Trey Walker. We'll see if any injuries have kept people out of today's game. As for Cokeville, this is their first game of the season, so I'll find out the starters with you as they get out there. But the big names to keep your eyes and ears ready for are running back Trayson Dayton, Nathan Barnes, another back, Landon Walker, Tyler Moyles, Mo Usaki, and then wideout Eamon Halls. Those are some of the big playmakers for Cokeville going into today's matchup. It's their first game of the season. They enter with no wins, no losses. As for the Rich Rebels, they enter with no wins and 2 losses.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you now please stand?
And we'll have the national or the Pledge of Allegiance, so we'll step aside for that, and then I promise you when we come back, we'll get ready for football here at Cokeville between the Rebels and the Panthers.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
We should be ready to go here for football in East Wyoming between the Rebels and the Panthers.
We're going to start with the Rich Rebels.
And the Rebels
announced as their team, the Rich Rebels. So we welcome them to town.
You hear the PA announcer, and we're getting ready to go here for our kickoff. Your first quarter is brought to you by the Crawford Trough, like I mentioned. We have our Let's Construction starting lineups. That's all of your excavation and landscape needs. They dig Bear Lake. Contact them at 435-946-8678. Or if you have some internet, visit them at bearlake.com/Lutz. That's Lutz. Rebels taking the field, but we'll get the starting lineups first now for your Panthers. So I'll read them out to you as I hear them.
Starting at center, number 64, Ethan Bird.
Your starting center for Cokeville, Ethan Bird. The guard, Hunter Thomas. A pair of a junior and a senior. Garrett Reese, a junior, starting at that offensive line.
Number 60, Eli Linford.
Number 60, Eli Linford, a senior, starts at tackle for Cokeville. And it's number 74, Matt Thompson, the other tackle, a senior. Alan Hall, your wideout. Ammon Hall, I beg your pardon, a wideout, another senior. Then you've got Tyler Moyes, another senior. Mo Waske, our back. A sophomore, Mo is. Then you got your running back Nate Barnes, senior. Trayson Dayton, a third back. This is a run-heavy team, so expect to hear all those names. And the man handing the ball off for Cokeville will be number 12, Landon Walker. And this is unlike anything I've ever seen before. Cokeville lined up and then mosh pitted themselves on their near sideline. I don't want to call it intimidating, but a sure way to get yourself pumped up before the game. Our clock now reads 12 minutes to go here in the first quarter, so we'll get everything ready for you. As Rich will receive to start the first half. It will be Rich to kick off. I beg your pardon, it will be Cokeville to kick off. So the Panthers will kick and the Rebels will receive to begin this first quarter, brought to you by the Crawford Trough. Deep for the Rebels, it is Trey Walker and Connor Grier. They're standing at their own 20-yard line. It's going to be Nate Barnes, the back, to kick off for Cokeville. We should be ready to go here. Barnes back. And we have football once again for the Rebels. Here we go. It's a good kick. It's going to go deep to the far side to Grier, who lets it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So the Rebels will take over at the 20-yard line, and that's where Riley Carrillo, the quarterback and company, will set up shop. Carrillo last week, not an outing he wants to remember. He'll put that away. He went 8 for 19. 56 yards and 3 interceptions, did have 12 rushes for 20 yards. Carrillo primed to bounce back from a rough outing a week ago against a strong Bear Lake team. As he commands his offense, breaks the huddle, and we have Rebel football underway here on Rebel Radio. Carrillo will line up under center, 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side, 2 backs in the backfield. He's in the I formation. Carrillo takes the snap, hands it off to Meek right up the middle, who runs into a lot of traffic, and after ping-ponging around a couple players, he goes forward for roughly 3 yards. That brings up 2nd and 7. Meek with the first rush of the game. That goes for, give him 3 yards. That brings up 2nd and 7 from the Rebels from their own 23-yard line. Carrillo under center, 5 wideouts, 4 wideouts, 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side, back in the backfield. Carrillo hands it off from shotgun. He's holding on to himself, goes up the middle between the tackles, and he gets taken down, but not before he gains 3 yards. And the Rebels now with 3rd and very manageable here. It'll be about 3rd and 2. So a 4-yard rush for Carrillo. About 2.5, 3 yards here for Rich. They're at their own 27-yard line. We're scoreless here in the first quarter. A little under 11 minutes to go on our Crawford Trough first quarter. And no score on the station on main scoreboard. Carrillo takes the 3rd down snap, hands it off the middle, and that's not going to go anywhere. A loss on the play. It's Hayden Meek at the Hayden Meek taking the tackle. He goes back for 1. Nate Barnes in on the stop. That brings up 4th and 4 for the Rebels from their own 26-yard line. Carrillo in the offense now in punt formation. Rich will punt to Cokeville and give them their first offensive series of the 2020 season.
Back deep is Barnes and Dayton.
Carrillo takes the snap, gets it off. It's a good, healthy punt deep. Goes to about the 40-yard line. That's where Barnes takes it. Barnes makes one man miss, crosses the 50, now to the 45, to the 40. He's got one man to beat, beats the punter. Barnes crosses the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Panthers. Barnes on a 60-yard punt return for 6 points, and Cokeville leads 6-0 on the station on main scoreboard. Nate Barnes gives the Panthers their first touchdown, the first time they touch the ball.
10:30 left in the first quarter.
And it is now 6-0 Cokeville as we wait the extra point. Barnes beat the whole defense. Took down Carrillo at the end. Now he'll do the extra point to tack on 7 points.
Jack Dayton holding. Trayson Dayton, the kicker.
To Dayton, the kicker, I beg your pardon. It's up and it's good. It is 7-0 now on our station on main scoreboard. Cokeville over Rich after the Cokeville Panthers with a 60-yard punt return by Matt Barnes. We'll step aside for a moment, and we'll come back here with more football in the Crawford Trough first quarter.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Rebels now will receive the kickoff here from Barnes. Barnes, the man who just tacked on 6 points for Cokeville with a 60-yard punt return. It'll be Trey Walker and Connor Grier, and this goes back to our Epic Recreation keys of the game, short-term memory for Rich. It's a good kick, toes it all the way to the end zone for a touchback. So the Rebels once again will start at their own 20-yard line. They went 3 and out in their first offensive series, all setting up a 60-yard punt return for Cokeville. Rebels trail 7-0 on the station on Main here in our Crawford Trough first quarter. 10.5 minutes remaining on the clock. Carrillo will get in the huddle. And that's where his offense will start here. Rebels send out 2 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Carrillo in the pistol formation with a man behind him. Takes the snap. Now he opts to hold on to himself, runs up the middle, and that will go for a gain of 1. So that brings up, generous spotting, and that goes for about 3 yards, actually. Check that. So Carrillo with the second rush, good for 3 yards, bringing up 2nd and 7 for Rich at their own 23-yard line. Rebels put 1 receiver on the near side, 1 on the far side. In the I formation, 2 backs in the backfield and a man in the slot. Carrillo awaits the snap, takes a whistle and a flag, and it's going to be a false start on Rich. We'll back this tea party up 5 yards, and we'll do it all over again. Still 2nd down. Rebels trail 7-0 on the station on Main scoreboard. Oh, I've never seen that. It's a Rebels lining up off sides, actually, so check the false start. Nevertheless, still a 5-yard penalty on Rich. 5 yards for Rich on offsides. I formation, Carrillo under center, takes the snap, holds on to it himself, opts not to hand it off, and a good decision as Conk was pummeled immediately, but Carrillo does not fare much better himself. He'll go forward for 2 yards on the rush. And that brings up 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 to be exact. The Rebels at their own 21-yard line. Rich with under 9:20 to go in our Crawford Trough first quarter. Rebels trail 7-0 on the station on Main scoreboard. Carrillo will send 2 receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side, 1 back in the backfield. He's in the pistol formation. He takes the snap, drops back to pass it, has trouble, runs up the middle, and he's not going to go anywhere with it. It will be a gain of maybe 1, and that brings up 4th and 8 for the Rebels. Carrillo with 4 rushes already, good for 10 yards in total. It was 4th and 8, and the Rebels now punt again, and they remember the last time what happened. They will potentially look to keep it away from Barnes. It is Barnes and Trayson Dayton, the 2 backs. They're going to stand at their own 38-yard line once again. Another flag comes down before the snap. Cokeville's offense is yet to see the field. Another offside is on Rich, so they lose 5 yards. That makes the punt a little longer, and the 2 punt returners creep a little closer. So Rich now giving away 10 free yards to the Panthers. Carrillo in the punt formation, standing back and punts it off. It's a good punt. It's going to go to about the Cokeville 45-yard, to the Rebels 45. So all in all, about a 25-yard punt. And the officials are actually going to spot it. Ooh, not good for Rich at their own 40. So all in all, about a 20-yard punt. Yep, so Cokeville's offense will take their first snap in Rebel territory. It'll be at the Rich Rebels 40-yard line.
Well, looks like the 40-yard line.
Not a huge healthy crowd here as we get into our Old Chicago Pizza and Logan pregame slice. A lot of cars and people sitting in the back of their trucks, but as for fans in the bleachers, a little sparse here in Cokeville. But here we go. It's time now for the Panthers offense. And shotgun's going to be Walker with two backs beside him, puts a man in motion. Walker takes the snap, pitches it. We have a whistle, though, as the pitch went to Dayton. And we have a whistle and a flag. So now the Rebels benefit from some laundry on the field. False start on Cokeville. So the Rebels catch a break here. That sets up 1st and 15 from the Rebels' 45-yard line as Cokeville is on the march on offense. 5 yards given back. And now here's 1st and 15. Walker will be under center. He's got Barnes in the backfield and 2 receivers in the slot. Takes the snap, hands up the middle to Barnes, and Barnes muscling his way out of one tackle, and he goes forward for about 4 yards, we'll call it. So that is a 4-yard gain for Nate Barnes. They'll spot him 4 yards for Barnes, who had the opening touchdown for Cokeville on a 60-yard punt return. And that brings up 2nd and 11 from the Rich 41-yard line. Rebels trail 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just over 7.5 minutes to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter. Here's Walker under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Some misdirection, holds onto it, looks to throw, loads up, fires across, and that's complete into Dayton, who goes for a first down on the near side. Walker and Dayton connecting for about 15 yards. Let's see where they mark it. I think they're going to, they're going to give him the first down, I believe.
And it is first down, Cokeville.
So Cokeville will go from the 41-yard line all the way to the Rebels' 25-yard line. So a 12-yard reception pretty much. Here's the snap, and it gets a handoff off the middle, and this time the Rebels defense ready for it. It was Dayton who just had the reception. That time only gets about 3 on the rush. Dayton with his first handoff of the game. Here we go. Now it's 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. They are at the Rich, hard to see from up here, but at the Rich 25-yard line. Barnes takes the snap, hands it up the middle, and it's going to go nowhere once again. Rebels defense standing strong. It's Hayden Meek in on the tackle. Great tackle by Meek, and here comes a big 3rd down for Cokeville. Barnes goes for none on that second down attempt. So 3rd and 7 for Cokeville at the Rebels' 25-yard line. Here's 3rd and 7. Walker under center, 3 backs in the backfield. Awaits the snap. Opts to QB sneak it himself, and he runs into a truckload of Rebels. And they're not going to go anywhere. And wait, did Rich get the football? Was there a fumble on the play? Yes, there was. A fumble, and it's recovered by the Rebels. That ball popped loose. Walker lost it. Rich recovered, and what a huge momentum booster for Rich. Recover the fumble on their own half of the field, getting close to the red zone, and now Riley Carrillo in the offense have some mojo and some momentum go in their direction. Let's see if they can make the most of this turnover. Carrillo will break the huddle. He puts 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. He'll be in the pistol formation with 1 back behind him. Here's 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Handoff is going to, nope, Grier holds on to it himself, and he's going to go for a big gain here. He crosses all the way up to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 15 yards for Riley Carrillo, and the Rebels are moving the football. 15 yards for Carrillo. He's now rushed for 25. It's a Comprehensive Family Dental 1st down. We had our Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff, and now we have a Comprehensive Family Dental 1st down after a Garden City turnover. Here's Carrillo. He has 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. I formation, 2 backs in the backfield. He's under the center. He takes the snap. He hands it up the middle to Conk, and Riker Conk is going to bully his way for 3 yards on the 1st and 10 rush. And that brings up 2nd and 7. No, I beg your pardon. It's Jaden Rowe in on the run. He gains 3 yards. And now the Rebels have 2nd and 7. They are at their own 42-yard line. Carrillo will be in the pistol formation with Meek behind him. 1 receiver on the near side, 2 men in the slot, and 1 on the far side. Carrillo holds on to it, rolls out to the near side, looking for Grier. He's got Grier for about a gain as Grier is pushed out of bounds, but they'll give him about 4 yards on the reception. Carrillo completes his first pass of the day for 4 yards to Connor Grier. Grier has been the #1 target for Carrillo all season long. And now here comes a 3rd and short, and Rebels look to pick up their 2nd first down of this drive, which all started back at about their 20-yard line after a fumble recovery. Trey Walker, I beg your pardon, Landon Walker, the quarterback for Cokeville, lost it. Here's Carrillo under center, 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers on the near side. Hands it up the middle to Conk. No, a fake and misdirection. Carrillo fools the defense. Everyone was tackling Riker Conk, and Carrillo slips behind the defense for a Comprehensive Family Dental 1st down. A huge rush for Riley Carrillo. He goes for 7 yards on the rush. And that brings up 1st and 10 at midfield. The Rebels moving. They trail 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. A little under 4.5 minutes to go in the Crawford Trough 1st quarter. Now Carrillo in the offense at the 50-yard line. Carrillo in a unique formation. H-back takes a shotgun snap, though, and he'll rush it himself. And this time he loses the football. Oh, no, here goes Cokeville the other direction. Barnes stripped the ball, and he's going to go all the way for a touchdown. Carrillo opted to hold the ball himself, and as he was getting tackled, had the ball stripped away from him by Matt Barnes, who runs all the way across the 50-yard, all down 50 yards. Not a man in sight, and a touchdown for Cokeville. What a turn of events. And now the Panthers lead 13-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. A tough break for the Rebels as they were really moving offensively, and Carrillo has that ball stripped from him. Barnes goes the opposite direction, and it's a touchdown, his 2nd of the day for Nate Barnes. And now here's Dayton to take the extra point and tack on the 14th Panther point of the afternoon. The kick is up, and it is good. So the Panthers lead 14-0 after a 50-yard strip, fumble, and return for Nate Barnes. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back here with more action here on the Crawford Trough 1st quarter. Rebels trail 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels!
Welcome back to Cokeville. It's a 14-0 ball game in favor of the Panthers over the Rebels. Nate Barnes, he's doing it all himself for Cokeville. He's got 2 touchdowns, neither of them coming with the offense on the field, actually. It was first a 60-yard punt return for Nate Barnes, the running back, and then he just made a play on the ball, stripped the quarterback Riley Carrillo, and then ran down the green grass for 50 yards for a 6-point score. And that is how we got to our 14-0 score on the Station on Main scoreboard. Our clock reads 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go in our Crawford Trough first quarter. And we'll get ready for our Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff, helping Rebels and Bears get back in the game since 1998. There we go. It's Dayton to kick off. It's a good kick. It's going to be bounced, though, and the first time the Rebels will return it. Grier tracks it down as it rolls away from him. He stumbles momentarily, and then he is able to get out to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Rebels, for the 3rd time today, will start their offense. Riley Carrillo looks to bounce back from a tough break he had, and that goes back to our Epic Recreation Keys the game short-term memory. Carrillo is such a special player with the ball, able to do so much damage with his feet. Just got to put that play behind you, and you've got 3 and a little bit more quarters remaining. A lot of time left for Rich. They got the opportunity to get back in this game. Let's see what the offense can do. Here is 1st and 10 for Rich at their own 20-yard line. Carrillo takes the snap. He will hold on to it himself, and he's going to go up the middle for a gain of 1 on the rush. Carrillo now with 33 yards on the ground.
Brought down by Linford.
Bringing up 2nd and 9. Rebels right now in the huddle. As for Cokeville, their defense has done a pretty good job. They have a touchdown already, but on the ground, they've been vulnerable. Rich has found some gaps. Here's Carrillo now in the pistol formation with 1 back standing behind him. Takes the snap, rolls out. He's got a lot of pressure, and he'll go down for a sack. He will lose about 7 yards on the sack. And on the sack is Eli Linford for Cokeville. About a loss of 7 for Carrillo, and a tough one for him as he loses 7 on the sack. Here comes up a long 3rd down, about 3rd and 15 from the Rebels' own 16-yard line. With a little over 2.5 minutes to go. Carrillo takes the snap, throws it near side, nearly intercepted. Oh, it was a wide receiver screen to Grier, who was waiting for the ball, and a Panther DB jumped it. Nearly picked it off. Had he picked it off, he would have ran into the open end zone for 6. And now the Rebels are forced to punt with a long 4th down at their own 16-yard line. Rebels will punt, and deep for Cokeville, it's not going to be Nate Barnes. It is instead Jack Dayton and Trayson Dayton. Here's the punt from Carrillo. It's a good punt. It's going to land at about the the Panther 45-yard line. That's where it stops. And the Rebels flip the field on Cokeville.
44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
And now the Panthers offense comes out, and they have 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. And here come the Panthers. They look to get their first offensive score of their day. Their 2 touchdowns coming from a punt return and a forced fumble and return for 6. 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We have a little under 2.5 minutes remaining in our Crawford Trough first quarter. All right, here we go. It is going to be Landon Walker, the quarterback. He's in shotgun. Got 1 back on his hip. 2 receivers split out wide and a man in the slot. Rebel defense showing pressure, coming off the edge. Here's a snap to Walker. He holds on to it himself, rushes up the middle, and the Rebels defense are ready for him. They hold him to a gain of 1, bringing up 2nd and 9 from about the 46-yard line now.
2nd down and 9.
Walker with his first rush of the day, good for a yard. Rebel defense stands strong. And now we're under 2 minutes to go in our Crawford Traw first quarter. Rebels trail the Panthers 14-0 on the station on main scoreboard. Here is 2nd and 9 for the Panthers at their own 46-yard line. Force the Rebels to punt on their last possession. Walker gets in shotgun. He's got 2 backs side by side. I actually think we're in the Wildcat. And we have a flag, and head coach Todd Dayton for Cokeville is livid. We'll wait the call from the official, but a flag came down before the snap. And it's a delay of game for Cokeville, and that's going to infuriate the coach. That's the least favorite call I'd like to see. So delay of game for the Panthers, backs it up 5 yards, brings up 2nd and 14, now at their own 41-yard line. In the wild, under center, Walker takes the snap. He's got pressure, looks to dump it off, and he does to Barnes on the screen. Barnes runs into Meek, right back towards the line of where the line of scrimmage was before the penalty, which is a gain of 5. So Walker good on his second reception. It goes for 5 yards, or second pass, good for 5 yards to Nate Barnes, and that brings up 3rd and 8. Here is Walker. He'll be in shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side, 1 back in the backfield for Walker. Walker takes the snap, drops back, looks to pass. He's got a lot of pressure, and he avoids the sack, nearly got taken down. Now he looks to run for it, and he won't go for the first down. The initial pressure came by Riley Taylor. Taylor looking to get his 2nd sack of the season, had one in week 1, nearly wrapped up Walker, forced him to scramble though. Walker went for 2 on the run, and it brings up 4th and 5 for the Panthers. Walker nearly demolished by Taylor. He's lucky he got away from that. Here's 4th and 5, though. Hayden Meek deep on the punt return, but not before the buzzer goes in the conclusion of the Crawford Traw first quarter. So that's how the first quarter comes to a close. We'll have a punt when we come back, but the score on the station on main scoreboard, Cokeville 14, Rich nothing. We'll be right back here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM KEDQ and on mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
We are ready to go. It is 4th and 5 for Cokeville. They're at midfield. They are in punt formation, and they have the score in their favor. They lead the Rebels 14-0. Here is the punt by Barnes. First punt all day by Cokeville. It lands at the Rebels' 28-yard line, rolls horizontally, and that's where Riley Carrillo and his offense will start up shop with the best field position they've had all day. They're at their own 28-yard line. And it brings up 1st and 10 for the Rebels, who have had some traction on offense. They've just run into major hurdles along the way, including a fumble, and on the last drive stalled for a punt. Rebels look to bounce back from that as they get ready for 1st and 10. They're at their own 28-yard line. On the Station on Main scoreboard, it's 14-0 Panthers. We have our T7 Propane second quarter now for all your propane needs. Contact T7 Propane. Carrillo under center, 2 backs in the backfield. Hands it off to the middle to Meek, and Hayden Meek will go for a gain of 3 on the run.
The ball carrier.
That's Meek's third rush of the day.
Barnes on the tackle.
Barnes makes the stop. He's done it all so far for Cokeville.
Gain of 3 on the play.
That brings up 2nd and 7 for the Rebels at their own 32-yard line. A little under 11.5 minutes to go in our second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. Rebels trail 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Carrillo under center, 2 backs in the backfield, takes a snap. We redo the same play last time, and this time it goes for less. It's a no-gainer by, I believe, going for the run. Yep, it was Jaden Grohl.
Grohl, the ball carrier.
Grohl, his first run of the day. Good for no yards as he is met at the line of scrimmage. It brings up 3rd and 7 for Rich at their own 31-yard line. It'll be a big play call here for Grohl and Cooper Cornea. First time they faced a 3rd and long. The previous 3rd downs have all been 3rd and short. Here's Carrillo under center, 2 receivers on the near side. We have a whistle before the snap and some movement. The referees throw a flag. Oh, do we have a timeout? We do have a timeout. Timeout, Rich. Head coach Justin Grohl wants to talk things over. We'll take a timeout of our own. We'll be right back here with more Rebel football after this.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Here is 3rd and 7. Carrillo takes the snap, runs it himself up the middle. It's going to go nowhere. No gain on the play. He's met by a couple of Panthers at the line of scrimmage. That brings up 4th and 7 for the Rebels at their own 31-yard line. Carrillo, no gain on the play. He's already had 9 rushes today, and we're about a little over 10 minutes remaining in the T7 Propane second quarter. Here is Carrillo in punt formation. He stands at his own 20-yard line. Barnes and Dayton at their own 35. Punt is up. It's a high punt, it's short, and it's fair caught, but it goes through the hands of Dayton. Barnes jumps on it to avoid losing the ball as Tyler Meek was circling the area. Or Trey Walker, I beg your pardon. So a break by the Panthers. They maintain possession after it goes through the hands of Dayton. And that's where Walker, the quarterback for the Panthers, will start his offense at the 39-yard line of Cokeville. Walker will go under center in the I formation. He's got a tight end, 2 tight ends, and 2 backs in the backfield. Here's the snap from Walker. He'll hand it up the middle to Barnes. Barnes makes 1 man miss, makes 2 men miss, and he pushes his way forward for a gain of 9.5. Let's see if they give him the first down. It's now at the 49, 48-yard line of Cokeville. No, they're going to spot him just short. So a gain of 9 for Nate Barnes. That brings up 2nd and inches. They're going to ask for an official measurement, actually. Rebels trail 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We have a little over 9 minutes to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. They're going to bring the chains out and look at this spotting. And they're going to take a look here. I think he's a little short. Here we go. Yep, they're going to call him out. It's about 2 inches short. So it's a game of inches, folks. You see why there. And the Cokeville radio broadcaster just said no social distancing there. And that couldn't be more true. Second and inches from the Panthers at the Panthers' 48-yard line. And here's Walker. He's under center, I formation, 2 backs in the backfield, same formation as last time. Takes the snap. He pitches this time to Barnes on the far side. He'll cross the first down for more, and he goes all the way to the Rebels' 42-yard line, and that's a gain of 10 for Nate Barnes. He's got a first down and a lot more, and that gives the Cokeville possession in the Rich Rebel half of the field. And it was a pitch to Barnes, who had a lot of green grass in front of him, abused it. And here's first and 10 at the Rebels' 43-yard line. Walker under center, 3 backs in the backfield this time. Takes the snap, he'll run it up himself, and he'll go forward for a gain of 3.
Right up the middle for a gain of 2 or 3 on the play.
Yep, 3 on the play for Walker. It's his 3rd rush. It brings up 2nd and 7 right at the Rebels' 40-yard line. And a timeout by Cokeville. They want to talk things over. We'll take a timeout of our own. Rebels trail 14-0.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Whether you're kicking up dust.
We are ready to go here. 2nd and 7 for Cokeville in the second quarter. Rebels trail 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's 2nd and 7 from the Rebels' 40-yard line. It's a handoff up the middle to Barnes from Walker. Barnes going forward up the middle for about a gain of 4. That brings up 3rd and short. It'll be 3rd and about 3. 3rd and 3 from the Rebels' 36-yard line. And this is an awkward position in the field to be in for Cokeville. They don't pick up the first down here. I'd imagine they are in 4 down territory. Here is 3rd and a long 3. Walker under center, takes the snap, pitches out to Barnes on the far side. Barnes weaving his way through the defense, goes for the first down and a lot more. Barnes breaks 1 too many tackles, and he gets taken down at the last moment by Connor Grier to avoid a touchdown. Connor Grier saves what could have been about a 36-yard touchdown run. Barnes goes forward for a huge run, broke a handful of tackles. That's something Coach Justin Grohl won't be happy about. It'll bring up 1st and goal. They're at the Rebels' 7-yard line. We'll give it a 30-yard rush for Barnes. Here is 1st and goal from the Rebels' 7-yard line for the Cokeville Panthers. Walker under center, 3 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it up the middle, and this time the Rebels defense are ready for the run. No gain on the play, may even be a loss of 1. It is a loss of 1. Dayton goes back for 1 yard. And the Rebels defense holds strong on 1st and goal. Here's 2nd and goal now from the 8-yard line. Rebels still behind. It's 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We've got just over 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. We may see our first field goal if the Rebels can stand strong for either side of their two opponents thus far. But for now, it's 2nd and 8 for Cokeville. They're at their opposing 8-yard line. Walker in center, in shotgun, but a timeout, I believe, is called. Coach Dayton's furious. He's talking to his team. We'll take a timeout of our own. We'll be right back. Actually, we're all caught up on our bills, so we'll keep it here, and we'll talk all things Rich Rebel football. Go back to the start of this drive, and it's been the Nate Barnes show thus far. We'll catch you up. We'll have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap at the end of the game, but we'll give you a mini recap now. They got a slim sandwich, don't they? So here's your slim recap. Nate Barnes with a 60-yard punt return in the first quarter, and then followed it up with a 50-yard strip fumble, forced fumble, and then just kind of took the ball out of the hands of Riley Carrillo at the 50-yard line and ran all the way for 6. And that's how we got to our 14-0 score here on the Station on Main scoreboard. After this, we'll have our halftime show. That's always brought by Ellingford Brothers, the best in specialized services, including construction, steel fabrication, sand and gravel, and more at ellingfordbrothers.com. All right, here we go. It is 2nd and 8 for Cokeville. They're at the Rebels' 8-yard line. So 2nd and goal. Walker in the shotgun formation. He's got one running back to his hip. A couple receivers split out wide. Puts a man in motion. We have a whistle and a flag. Let's see. Both sides moved a little bit. I don't know if it'll be on Rich or Cokeville. False start. It's going to be on the Panthers. It's their 3rd penalty of the game. 2nd false start for their home debut and season debut. So that's the 3rd penalty on Cokeville, tallying up to 15 yards. It brings up 2nd and goal from the Rebels' 13-yard line. So Rich in a good spot here to force a field goal attempt potentially. Here is 2nd and goal from the Rebels' 13-yard line for the Panthers. Walker in shotgun again, takes the snap, looks to pass, drops back, looks over the middle, and he's got a man at the 1-yard line, 2-yard line. He throws it over the middle to Dayton, and now it'll be 3rd and 3.
3rd down and goal from the 3.
So a 9-yard throw to Dayton. And it went right down the middle, and Rebel defense able to make the stop and avoid the touchdown. Here's 3rd and 3 from the 3-yard line. Walker holds on to himself, pitches at the last moment. Oh, and what a huge stop by the Rebels. Dayton won't go forward. In on the tackle for Rich, it's Connor Grier. He's made a couple of huge defensive plays. Grier had the touchdown-saving tackle to force this and goal attempts. And he makes a stop there to force a 4th and goal. A loss of 2 for Dayton. And now it's 4th and 5 for for Cokeville at the Rebel 5-yard line. 4th and goal from the 5. They're going to go for it. Cokeville is lining up to go for it at the Rebels' 5-yard line. Rich scrambling on defense. Walker under center, takes a snap, looks to pass, chucks it to the corner of the end zone, and it's batted away. Trey Walker makes a play on the ball to avoid the touchdown. What a stop by Walker.
Knocked down by Walker.
Walker, the quarterback, had his man open in the near corner of the end zone, and then Trey Walker dashes across the field, gets a hand on it, swats it down, and the Rebels stand strong at the goal line, force a stop, and let's see if the offense now can make the most of this possession. After their defense makes a ginormous stop within their own 5-yard line. Here we go. Carrillo is backed up, though. Tough field position. He'll be in the shotgun formation. He's got one back next to him. He'll hold on to it. Now he runs, and he's got a lot of Panthers in front of him. Ooh, it'll be near the goal line. Won't be safety, though, as contact was made outside of the end zone. It does not matter where you get tackled. It's a matter about where contact was initiated when it comes to a safety. So Carrillo may have been pushed back into the end zone, but he stopped at his own 2-yard line. A loss of 1 for Carrillo. And a lot of pressure, so now here we go. It's 2nd and 11 from the Rebels' own 3-yard line.
2 on the play, 2nd down and 12.
Carrillo under center. He'll hand it up the middle, and that's Conk. Nope, it's a fake, and Carrillo pulls it back to himself, keeps it, and goes forward for a gain of 5.
Brought down by Landon Walker.
And that brings up about 3rd and 6 at the 9-yard line. So Carrillo goes for 5 on the run. It brings up 3rd and 6 for the Rebels at their own 9-yard line. Rebels trail 14-zip, a little under 3.5 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. Here's Carrillo under center, takes the snap, hands it up. No, he's going to hold on to it, flips it out. Ball is loose. It was a lateral behind that, a live ball, and a huge heads-up play. I believe that's Grohl jumping on it. Yep, Jaden Grohl. It was a lateral, so not a dead ball. And Grohl with the recognition to jump on it, even though they lose yardage on the play. It would have been catastrophic had Cokeville gotten the ball. So
Loss of about 3 on the play.
a fumble by Carrillo. I don't know who it's charged to, but it's a loss on the play, and that brings up 4th and long from the Rebels at their own 6-yard line. They're in punt formation. They get the punt off, Carrillo does. It'll bounce first at the Rebels' 35-yard line, then takes a Rebel roll all the way to the 46-yard line of Rich.
On about the 46-yard line.
And now that's where Cokeville takes over offensively. They're up 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. We'll have our Ellingford Brothers halftime show coming up after this. Carrillo and the offense had a tough field position to deal with. They did not make much of it, though. They punt, and now their defense back on the field after a 3-and-out from the offense. A lot of players going both ways. It's difficult in that respect for Rich. But here's 1st and 10 at the Rebels' 45-yard line for the Panthers. Under center, the snap goes, and that's a loss on the play. A couple of Rebels in on the stop. Leading the way for Rich was Justin Adams. Adams forces Dayton to go backwards for 4 on the run.
Dayton, the ball carrier. Big defensive play by the Rebels.
Adams and a couple other Rebels in on the stop. But Dayton goes back for 4. Now it's 2nd and 14 at Rich's 49-yard line. Tell you what, Dayton has had some rough goes. His last 3 rushes all have been negative results. Here's 2nd and 14 for Cokeville. Takes the snap, Walker does. Now looks over the far side. He's got a man open, and it's nearly intercepted. Wow. In on the stop there is Hayden Meek. He had his man, Eamon Halls. It would have gone for roughly 25, 30 yards, but Hayden Meek breaks it up. And that brings up 3rd and long. We have 1:28 to go in the first half. On the Station on Main scoreboard, Rich trails 14-0, but they've been in this game. You get rid of a punt return and a forced fumble return, and this game's a lot closer than the score reveals. Here is 3rd and 14 now for the Cokeville offense. They're at the Rich 48-yard line. 1 minute and 28 seconds on the clock. We'll monitor that closely for you. We have a timeout now. Cokeville wants to talk things over. So we'll take a break of our own. Rebels all fired up. They trail 14-0 though on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
3rd and 14 for the Panthers at the Rebels' 49-yard line. 1:28 to go in the first half. In shotgun is Walker. He takes the snap, drops back, rolls out to the near side, loads up, throwing downfield, and it's intercepted! It's intercepted by Meek. Here goes Hayden Meek crossing the 40, reverses field, flag is thrown, now gets towards the 45 where he's taken down. Hayden Meek in on the interception for the Rebels. What a play! A flag did fly down, though, with a lot of traffic along the sideline. It's an interception, though, and the Rebels make a another defensive stop, I should say, before the end of the first half. There's a block in the back. Yep, block in the back on. Block in the back, and it'll go against Rich. So that will go, that'll move the ball from the 41-yard line of Rich. It's going to be tacked on where the end of the run, not where the interception occurred. So we'll go from Rich's 41-yard line to the 31-yard line, 10-yard penalty. And here's a snap now for Carrillo in the offense. 1st and 10 at their own 31. He loads up himself. He's got a man wide open. That's a good for 15 yards. It's Grier bursting through the defense across midfield. And the Rebels trying to pick up some momentum before the end of the first half. 1 minute and 2 seconds on the clock. We'll monitor that as we go along here. It's a big gain. It'll go from the Rebels' 31-yard line to the 52-yard line, a 22-yard catch and throw for Carrillo. He's 2 for 2 on the day to Connor Grier, his number 1 man. And it brings up 1st and 10 from the Rebels at the Panthers' 48-yard line. A whistle and a flag. No? Well, we'll see.
Dead ball. Delay. White. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Delay of game on the Rebels. That's not what you want. There's 1:02 to go in the first half. And delay of game backs it up 5 yards. That brings up 1st and 15 now for Rich. They're at their own 47-yard line. Here's the snap to Carrillo. He looks to pass, and he's going to go down for a sack. Now 55 seconds and counting. Rebels facing 2nd and long. It's going to be a loss of 7.
Down 23.
So Carrillo goes back for 7, and now it is about 2nd and a very long here. I'll do the math for you. The Rebels at their own 39-yard line. They need to get to Cokeville's 39. So 2nd and 20. Handoff goes up the middle to Conk. Riker Conk spinning his way, but not free. He goes forward for a yard. We have a little over 10 seconds to go. Timeout for the Rebels. It's going to be 3rd and about 17 when we come back as Conker went forward for 3. will keep it here. The Rebels are at their own 42-yard line. They need to get to the Panthers' 39-yard line. So a little under 20 yards to go. It is about third and 19. They're at their own 42. Rebels trail 14-0 on the station on main scoreboard. 14 seconds remaining in the T7 Propane second quarter. That's T7 Propane in Woodruff for all of your propane needs. Give them a call at 435-793-4208. All right, here we go. It is third and very long for the Rebels. They are at their own 42-yard line. They need to get to Cokeville's 39. It'll be third and 19. 14 seconds to go in the first half. Grier will line up in shotgun. Takes the snap. He's got pressure. Loads up and throws. He's got a man, and it's intercepted. It'll be intercepted at the Cokeville 30-yard line. Moyes in on the interception. Grier overthrew his target, which was Hayden Meek. And that's Carrillo's first incomplete pass of the day, as it is intercepted. And we have 5 seconds now on the clock for the Panthers. Rich has 3 safeties deep. They've got prevent defense going. Stick around for our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. And, yep, Cokeville's in. No, they're in the victory formation. Just halftime. They'll take the knee, though. A knee by Walker, and that puts us into half. The Rebels trail 14-0 after 2 quarters of football here in Cokeville. We'll take a break, and then when we come back, it's our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. We've got our standout student. You won't want to miss that one. It's brought to you by Western Ag Credit. And then we'll go into our third quarter, so keep it here for all things Rebels.
If you're not able to keep 6 feet apart, then please wear a face mask.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Welcome into our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Rebels trail 14-0 on the station on main scoreboard after one half. Let's get into our first half highlights. They're always brought to you by the Rich County government. Rebels with a championship cause. All right, so let's recap what we've seen so far. This game got started after the Rebels went 3 and out. A 60-yard punt return was returned in their face by Nate Barnes. He'd have the 2 scores in the game. First one coming on a 60-yard punt return, and then he stripped Riley Carrillo and ran for 50 yards on a fumble recovery. And that is your first half highlights for the Cokeville Panthers. As for the Rebels, though, they've had some great defensive stops. They forced a 4th and goal stop within their own 5-yard line, and that was Trey Walker running across the corner of the field to bat the ball down on what would have been a surefire touchdown throw and catch. Trey Walker may be our McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game Award winner recipient. So Trey Walker with a huge highlight. Carrillo's had some strong rushes, and he's gone for up to 37 yards so far. had a big catch and throw with Connor Grier, as he tends to do. Those two have a special connection, Carrillo and Grier. He's thrown for 26 yards and an interception, and Grier has caught for 26, receiving both of Carrillo's throws. We have our standout student coming up. That's with McKenna Stacy on the volleyball team. How electric she has been so far. A couple of huge plays in yesterday's sweep at Bear Lake. They'll be back tomorrow afternoon against Kemmer. So keep it here on my local radio then. And that is your Rich County Government first half highlights. We'll take another quick break, and then when we come back, it is McKenna Stacy on our Western Ag Credit Standout Student. So don't go anywhere. It's halftime here, and you're watching and listening to the Ellingford Brothers Halftime Show. Rebels trail 14-0 in Cokeville against the Panthers.
When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome back to our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. Rebels trail 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in Cokeville against the Panthers. We are just about ready now for our standout student. That's always brought to you by Western Ag Credit. So we appreciate Western Ag Credit for their support of our standout student. So without further ado, here is McKenna Stacy. I'm here with senior Kennedy Eastman. Kennedy, you're in your I'm here
when it comes to farming and management. When it comes to farm.
Sorry about that. We've got some technical difficulties here. We'll get that ready for you, and we'll get all sorted here on our standout student. So just bear with me as we get that ready for you. And Rebels trail 14-0. If you're just joining us, they gave up a 60-yard punt return, and then it was a 50-yard fumble recovery by Nate Barnes. He's got both scores. And we should be ready to go here for our standout student by McKenna Stacy. So here we go. I'm here with senior McKenna Stacy. McKenna, as you're in your senior year now, how excited are you for your final year here at Rich?
I'm really excited. So, yeah.
Have you thought about, away from the volleyball court, we'll get to that in a moment, but have you thought about what you want to do after your time at Rich? What's maybe on the foreseeable future?
I want to go into like the dental field, so whether that's like dental hygienist or dental assisting, any of that. So
really interesting stuff right there, McKenna. You're in your final volleyball season now. What does that mean to you as a senior? 4 years here in the program. How excited are you?
I'm just ready to, give it all I have this last season. It's we actually get the opportunity to play, so I'm really excited that we actually get to with what's going on now. So.
You talk about getting the opportunity to play. If I had told you 4 months ago, 5 months ago that you guys would be playing right now, would you be surprised? What would be your emotions?
I'd be surprised, yeah, just because the world's crazy right now, so I don't know.
McKenna Stacy here, senior on the Rich High volleyball team. McKenna, one of the few seniors on this team. Tell me a little bit about the other girls on the team. When you guys are on the bus, who are the class clowns? What can the fans know about the team away from the sets, the blocks, and the hits and things like that?
All the juniors are filled with energy. They kind of get us seniors going, get us on our toes a little bit. You got Dixie and Annie they're always the class clowns. Like they're always getting us all happy and excited, ready to go. So.
McKenna, you have gotten off to a great start this season, kill after kill. When you watch or listen to the game, are you ever surprised with yourself? Do you ever think like, wow, I didn't know I could do that one?
Yeah, in practice, sometimes I even surprise myself, I don't know. It's good to be able to actually do something that I never thought I would be able to, so.
Here with Rich High senior McKenna Stacy. McKenna, final question, and then I'll let you get back to practice. What do you want to work on yourself and your game from start of the season to the end? What would you like to see the most improvement in?
Just like being a team as a whole and staying like really positive with everyone, because if we're all positive, then we can win no matter what, so.
Great. Well, thank you so much, McKenna, and best of luck this Thursday night in Bear Lake. I want to thank McKenna for her time, and I do not need to wish her luck against Bear Lake. That was last night, and Rebels won 3-0. They swept the Bears, and what an exciting match it was. If you weren't able to catch it, I really suggest you go and watch the video. Go to our website, mylocalradio.com. You can find it there. Rich won the first set 25-18. However, the same would not be true for the second and third set as in terms of difficulty. Rebels were able to erase a 24-20 deficit in the second set, crawl back and win 26-24. It was riveting. A couple key points coming along the way from Brittany Lamborn, Sage Tingy, McKenna Stacy, the usual suspects in on the action, Annie Peart. And then in the third set, Rebels were up and almost blew the lead. They were up 23-20. Eventually, Bear Lake came back and they led 24-23. Rebels would win the next couple points and win 26-24. So that's how the Rebels were able to get the win over Bear Lake last night on the road. However, they return home. Tomorrow we'll have the stream for that. They'll also be going today to Duchesne to play the Eagles. The Rebels will return home. We'll have the broadcast for you tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. against Kemmer. So join the pregame show at 2 o'clock and then first serve at 2:30. Once again, thanks, McKenna, for your time and being our standout student. That's brought to you by Western Ag Credit. We got a little under 4.5 minutes to go until the third quarter resumes or starts. That's brought to you by the town of Randolph. Good luck from the mayor, the board members, and the clerk. So we'll take another quick break, and then when we return, we'll get ready for Rebel football. They trail 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in Cokeville against the Panthers.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep. In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Welcome back to the conclusion of our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. It's a little over 2 minutes until the third quarter begins. And Rebels now down, or still down 14-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 2 scores coming from the same player for Cokeville. That is senior running back Nate Barnes. He's a big guy. He weighs in at 205 pounds. And you need to tackle every single pound of him. He has been a bit of a nuisance for Rich, to say the least. He's rushed now for nearly 60 yards through 6 carries, including a 5-yard reception to go along on the side. He's got a 60-yard punt return and a 50-yard strip sack return, or strip fumble return, for a touchdown. Rebels down 14-0 with a little under a minute and a half until they can take the field, though, and try and cut into that deficit. As for Rich, they've had a lot of promising moments. This defense has done a fantastic job of keeping it at a 2-score game. They made a huge stop within their own 5-yard line on 4th and goal. Trey Walker batted down what would have been a guarantee almost touchdown throw. Trey Walker, and right now the leading candidate for our McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game award winner. We had Brittany Lamborn for the volleyball team last night win it with a service ace to win the third set and sweep the Bears in what was a very hostile road environment here in our old Chicago Pizza and Logan pregame slice. Looking around here in Cokeville, and I've got to be honest, not a whole lot of fans. The bleachers are about half full. A lot of people just kind of tailgating outside the back of their car. If you're watching on mylocalradio.com, you can see cars dotted across the far sideline. Same true in the end zones as well, but not a whole lot. I got to give Rebels credit for their home opener last week really showing out. And we should be getting go any moment here. They put a little more time on the clock, 2 minutes until we can resume action. Let's take a look here at what the Rebel football team has coming up in the near future. As next week they will return home to face Gunnison. That's on September 11th. A 4 p.m. kickoff as usual for the Rebel home games. So the Rebels and Gunnison Valley Bulldogs will get going a week from today. And then next week they go on the road once again to Layton Christian Academy for another 4 p.m. kickoff. So back-to-back 4 p.m. kickoffs. Today's 2 p.m. kickoff is the earliest kickoff of the entire season. Rebels looking back what they've done so far. They went down to Kanab, lost 42-6. Came home to lose 49-0 against Bear Lake, but this is a different Rebel football team this week. This defense standing strong. It's really coming down to the offense to make the most of the opportunities their defense has made. An interception and a 4th down stop within their own 5-yard line. This defense is going against a really tough Panthers team with a lot of big guys and a lot of strong offensive weapons. We should be getting going in a moment here. 40 seconds and counting on the clock until kickoff. It will be Cokeville to start the second half. The Rebels will have our kickoff here. It's brought to you by Bear Lake Physical Therapy, helping Rebels and Bears get back in the game since 1998. A couple of Garden City turnovers. That's Garden City where families play. Connor Grier with Hayden Meek with an interception. And then Trey Walker bats down a 4th and goal pass attempt in the end zone on a good play from the quarterback, Landon Walker. He had his man, Trayson Dayton, open in the corner of the end zone, but Trey Walker said, I don't think so. I'll get my hand on it and bring out the offense. All right, here we go. To kick off for the Rebels, it's going to be Hunter Pace. So Pace will kick off for Rich. For the first time, it's going to be Cokeville deep to return.
All right, we're ready to start the second half.
It's Dayton and Barnes deep. They stand at their own 10-yard line. Pace kicks off from the 40, and here we go for our third quarter. It's a short kick, and Barnes crosses up to 35 to the 40 and bursts out to his own 45-yard line. A healthy return for Barnes. And the Panthers have 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line.
Just a reminder for the kids on this second half.
Rebels trail 14-0 on the station on main scoreboard.
With your families, not running around the field, please. Thank you.
Panthers break the huddle, and we are ready to go here for our Town of Randolph third quarter. Walker under center, 3 backs in the backfield, T formation. Loose ball recovered by Rich on the first play. Fumble on the play. Walker lost it. I'll see who's the bottom of that pile. And at the bottom of it, it is Logan Muirbrook with his first fumble recovery of the season. And once again, the Rich defense coming up big. That's the third turnover or third takeaway of the game. So the Rebels offense comes out with great field position. Here's Carrillo in shotgun, takes a snap, rolls out, has got some time, now faces pressure. He'll run with it, and he'll go forward for a good chunk of yards. That's Carrillo keeping, and he runs forward for 8 on the play. So the Rebels offense picking up a good start here on 1st and 10 at the, they'll give Carrillo 7 on the rush. Now Carrillo to shotgun. Takes the snap, looking, throwing, and it's intercepted. Oh, this is bad. Walker is going to go for an interception, for a pick 6. He is nearly stopped, and he is going to go into the end zone. He went all the way from the Cokeville 35-yard line, and that is a real momentum killer for Rich. It is Landon Walker, the quarterback, making the pick 6. Picks off another quarterback. Picks off fellow quarterback. Landon Walker recovers from his fumble and goes for a huge gain, a pick 6. And the Rebels now find themselves down 20-0. PAT pending for 21. And the kick is up, and it is good. Rebels trail 21-0 after a pick 6 from Landon Walker. Went for 65 yards on the interception. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back. Rebels now down 21-0 on the station on main scoreboard. Just over 11 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
Panthers extend their lead by 7 thanks to a pick 6 from quarterback Landon Walker. 65-yard interception return. And here we go with another Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff. Rebels find themselves down 21-0. And here's a kickoff. It's a squib kick fielded by Grier at his own 15-yard line. He crosses the 25 going to the 30. He's got some green grass ahead of him. and he falls at the 35-yard line. And the Rebel offense will restart with good field position at the 35-yard line. Let's see if Rich can come back. Carrillo with just a poor throw as it was slightly underthrown. Walker jumps the route. Would have been about a 4-yard gain, at least a 4-yard reception. I don't know how much further the intended receiver would have gone, but here we go. 1st and 10 for Rich at their own 34-yard line. They're down 21-0, a little under 11 minutes to go in the third quarter. Shotgun snap, and it's a handoff up the middle, and Riker Conk runs into a couple of Panthers. He'll go back for 2. Loss of 2 for the Rebels. That brings up 2nd and 12. Rebels now have 2nd and 12 from their own 31-yard line, 32-yard line. See how they spot it? Yep, about 31 and a half.
Looks like Bird.
Bird in on the stop. And here comes 2nd and 12 for the Rebels at their own 31. Just over 10 minutes to go in the town of Randolph third quarter. I formation. Carrillo takes the snap, hands off the middle. Oh, wow. And Meek is leveled the moment he gets the ball. He barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. And Coach Grohl takes timeout. He wants to talk things over. He's not happy with his offensive line. Meek just got punished the moment he got the ball, essentially. That brings up 3rd and long. We'll take a break. Rebels trail 21-0.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Sorry about that. Carrillo, loss of 1 on the rush. On 3rd and 14 brings up 4th and 15 for the Rebels. They're at their own 30-yard line and in punt formation. Here's Carrillo to punt. It's a good punt. It's going to fall at about the 40-yard line, and that's where Hammond takes it. That's where Barnes takes it, I beg your pardon. And he is tackled immediately by Meerbrook. Or it was Riley Taylor actually in on the stop at the Panthers' 45-yard line. So here comes Landon Walker, the quarterback for the Panthers. Last time he was on the field, it was a pick 6 for Walker on defense. Here we go. It's 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 45-yard line. Walker in the I formation, 2 backs in the backfield. He's under center, puts a man in motion. Flag is thrown before the snap. Run goes up the middle by Barnes. He would have gone forward for about 3 or 4 yards roughly, but a flag came down before the snap. Helmet for a Rich player popped off. It's Hayden Weston. He'll have to check out for at least 1 snap as his helmet came loose during the play.
Illegal motion. Black.
Illegal motion on Cokeville. So that cost him 5 yards. And it's 1st and 15. Rebels trail 21-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We have a little over 9 minutes to go in the town of Randolph third quarter. Here is 1st and 15 for the Panthers at their own 40-yard line. Under center is Walker. He's got 3 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it off the middle, and Dayton is going to run into a handful of Rebels. After going forward for 5 yards, he's stopped, and it now brings up a 2nd and 10. And Rebels now with looking at 2nd and 10 defensively on the Panthers' 45-yard line. 21-0 still in favor of Cokeville on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just over 8.5 to go in the third quarter. Here's Walker under center, takes the snap, hands it off the middle, and bursting through a hole is Barnes. And he'll come near the first down marker, but he'll be about 2 yards shy of it. So gain of 8 for Barnes. So Panthers now looking at 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2.
Here is the power I formation, 3 backs in the backfield. Hand off to Walker. He hands up to Dayton up the middle. Dayton has enough for the first down and a little more as he weaves his way through the defense. It's a first down, a comprehensive family dental first down for the Panthers. 1st and 10 after Dayton goes forward for about 6 on the run. And now the Panthers are in Rebel territory and making their way closer to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at Rich's 42-yard line. Hand off to Walker. He ends up the middle to Barnes, and Barnes bursts ahead for a huge run on the play. Goes for 12 on the carry. Barnes really doing some damage to Rich, and Cokeville an opportunity to really pile it on here. They lead by 21. Just over 7.5 to go in the town of Randolph third quarter. Here's a snap, 1st and 10, goes to Dayton up the middle, and Dayton will fall forward for a gain of 5. Panthers really moving the ball well here. Have yet to even throw the ball, just gashing the Rebels defense on the ground. Dayton goes forward for a 6 actually. That brings up 2nd and a long 4 essentially. Here's Walker under center, takes the snap, hands up to Barnes up the middle. Barnes makes one man miss. Can he go for the touchdown? Yes, he can. It is a 22-yard touchdown rush for Nate Barnes, his 3rd touchdown of the day. Barnes exploded through the line of scrimmage right up the middle, weaved his way past the defense, made a couple of men miss, and it's a 22-yard touchdown rush for Nate Barnes. And that's the best offensive drive we've really seen for Cokeville. Here's the extra point now. Dayton kicks it up, and it is good. It is now a 28-0 game for Cokeville. And Rebels find themselves in a big hole here in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. It is 28-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just over 7 minutes to go in the town of Randolph third quarter.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
We welcome you back here to Cokeville for the resumption of our game. Dayton to kick off for the Panthers. A barely physical therapy kickoff. Kicks it off and it's received by Grier. He crosses the 20, the 25, now to the 30. Here goes up to the 35, across the 40. Here he goes to the 45. He is stringing a couple of defenders along the way as he's taken down at the Panthers' 48-yard line. An excellent run by Connor Grier. He continues to make plays for the Rebels, and Rich really needs to find some offense here. They're in a big hole. They trail by 4 touchdowns. It's 28-0 after Nate Barnes tacked on 7 more points with a 22-yard touchdown rush right up the middle through the Rebel defense. But here is quarterback Riley Carrillo and his offense looking to, no, I beg your pardon, Carrillo is not in the game. It is going to be the backup for Rich. Carrillo not in. It is Hunter Pace. Pace on a rough start, takes the handoff, runs into his running back, and then he goes back for 3. He ran into Riker Conk as he moved out to the far side. So it is Hunter Pace. And he goes back for about 2 yards on the run.
4 on the play, 2nd down and 14.
PA announcer loses 4. I think it's just about a loss of 2. So it brings up 2nd and 12 for the Rebels. Pace in shotgun right now. Takes the snap. Holds on to it. Swings it out to Meek. And Meek's met immediately. That ball hits the ground. It was a forward pass, though, so incomplete. So rough start for Pace. Incomplete on his first pass and loses 2 on his first rush. Let's see if he can recover here on 3rd and long. Rebels looking at about 3rd and 12.5. They're at their own 48-yard line. Rebels trail 28-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just over 6 minutes to go in the town of Randolph, 3rd quarter. Pace under center. He's got 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Conk in the backfield. Takes the snap, holds on to it, faces pressure, rolls out, loads up, and throws to Grier, and it goes above the head of Grier and the defender for an incomplete pass, which brings up 4th and long. Pace now 0 for 2 on his first 2 attempts. And Carrillo will come out for the punt, replaces Pace, I presume. Yep, so Carrillo in punt formation. It's 4th and very long. Rebels at their own 48-yard line. Dayton and Barnes will stand at their own 25, at their own 20. Here's Carrillo to punt. It's a good punt. It's going to go towards the way of Dayton. It bounces and will land harmlessly at about the 15-yard line. So that's where Landon Walker and his offense will come out. Rebels trail 28-0. We'll keep it here for you. You're listening to Rebel Radio on 98.3 FM KADQ and at mylocalradio.com. 5:51 to go in the town of Randolph, 3rd quarter. Rebels down 28-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's 1st and 10 for Panthers at about the 19-yard line. The snap and the handoff goes up the middle, and Dayton's not going to go anywhere with it for Cokeville. He's met by 1 too many Rebels. He goes for about a yard on the run.
Dayton, the ball carrier.
That's his 8th rush of the afternoon. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Panthers' own 20-yard line. Here is 2nd and 9 now for Cokeville with a little over 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Handoff and snap from Walker goes up the middle. Walker hands it up to, I believe, Barnes, and it's good for about 7 yards, 6 yards on the run.
Goes to Barnes.
Yeah, Nate Barnes bursts through for about 6.
Gain of about 5 on the play. 3rd down.
He's over 100 yards over the ground today, just on the ground. For Cokeville, here's 3rd and 2 at the Rebels' about 26-yard line. The snap and the handoff, and Walker lost his footing, hit the ground. He looked to hold on to it himself, and maybe in a pitch play, but he goes back for 2. And huge defensive stop for Rich. That brings up 4th and 5 from the Cokeville 24-yard line. They're in punt formation. Walker and Grier stand deep. They stand at their own 46, 47-yard line. So Barnes will punt for Cokeville. His side comfortably leads by 28 points. None for the Rebels. We have just over 4 minutes to go in the town of Randolph third quarter. Here's the punt. It's going to go. It's fair caught by Meek. And Meek, makes the fair catch at the 49-yard line. Let's see what quarterback comes out for Rich. It appears it's going to be Hunter Pace still. Hunter Pace, a sophomore. Rebels really need some points here before the fourth quarter. 4 touchdowns is a big hole to come back in just 1 quarter. They've got 3 minutes and 55 seconds in the town of Randolph third quarter remaining. Here we go. Pace under center, I formation, 2 backs in the backfield, takes the snap. He's going to hold on to it, and he evades 1 tackler but can't evade the second and third. He falls for a loss of about 2 on the rush. So a rough start for Pace. Rebels went backwards on their last possession and are doing the same now. It brings up 2nd and 12. So here's 2nd and 12 from the Rebels' own 47-yard line. It's Pace once again in the I formation, 2 backs in the backfield, a receiver in the slot, and 2 other receivers split out wide. On the jet sweep, it'll go to Conk. And, it's Hayden Meek, actually. Check that. And Meek goes nowhere with it, though. Meek goes back for a yard. Hayden Meek having a rough day on the ground. He's only got 4 yards through 4 carries. Here is 3rd and long. Pace comes out for Carrillo. I think they like Carrillo's arm more for these long situations. So 3rd and 15 at the Rebels' own 45-yard line. Carrillo takes a snap, rolls out. He's going to hold on to it and go up the middle. He barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it brings up 4th and 15. So now the Rebels go backwards 5 yards on this offensive series. They're in punt formation. They trail 28-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Barnes and Dayton are back to receive the punt. Here's Dayton punting from his own 35-yard, Carrillo punting from his own 35-yard line. Punt is bobbled by Dayton at first. Now he runs forward, crossing the 25 to the 30, and he is taken down at the 32-yard line. So Colton Johnson makes the tackle as Dayton was starting to get some momentum and get the wheels churning. A flag does come down, though. It's on the far side, right by where Dayton initially fumbled and then picked up the ball. Let's see what the call is. There's a little under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter now. Block in the back. Block in the back on the returning team, which is Cokeville. So Cokeville goes back 10 yards. Cokeville has given away 33 yards to Rich. It'll bring up 1st and 10. Way back there at about... Oh, it's half the distance to the goal, so whichever is less, which in this case is half the distance. And they're at about the Rebels at the Cokeville 10-yard line. So here's 1st and 10 at the 10 for the Panthers. Handoff goes up the middle. It's Dayton, and he goes nowhere. 2nd and 10 now after the 0-yard rush. That's Dayton 9th rush. He falls at the 10-yard line. 2nd and 10. We have a little under a minute and a half to go in the town of Randolph third quarter. Rebels trail 28-0. Here's 2nd and 10 for Cokeville at their own 10-yard line. Walker under center, takes the snap. He'll hand it off. No, he's going to hold on to it and throw. He's got Dayton. A flag did come down. Dayton is tackled by Meek after he goes forward for about 5 yards. But a flag was thrown. Let's see what that is about. Walker and Dayton connected out in the flat on the play action pass, and Hayden Meek's ankle looks like his lower leg, I should say, is bothering him. He comes out of the game. Carrillo checks in for him. We hope Meek is okay. He's such a pivotal part of this Rebel team. An illegal shift negates a 5-yard reception by Dayton, and that brings this Tea Party back 5 more yards. So illegal shift. So someone was moving at the time of the snap, or before the snap, I should say. So 35 yards now given away. Here's 2nd and 15. Walker loading up to throw, and he overthrows his intended target. He was looking for Halls, who was about 25 yards off the line of scrimmage. But Walker, just too much air underneath the ball. It falls in front of Halls, who had a lot of green grass ahead of him. What a opportunity that could have been for Cokeville. But nevertheless, it brings up 3rd and 15 now for the Panthers. They're at their own 6-yard line, way back there. We have under a minute to go now in the 3rd quarter. Here is 28-0 your score on the Station on Main scoreboard. 3rd and very long. It's a handoff up the middle to Barnes. Barnes will rush for about 7. So Barnes now up to 112 yards on the ground. But that brings up 4th and 8 from the Panthers' 12-yard line. They're in punt formation. Hayden Meek back in the game. That's good to see. Connor Grier, though, is the primary deep man. He will stand at the Panthers' 45-yard line. Keeps pedaling back. Here's the punt by Barnes. It's a high punt, but not a far punt. It's going to hit the Panthers' 37-yard line, and that's where it gets downed. So Rich gets excellent field position. We have 8 seconds to go in the Town of Randolph pregame, Town of Randolph 3rd quarter. So a short punt by Barnes gives the Rebels a great opportunity to get some points, hopefully in a hurry. Let's see which quarterback comes in for Rich, though. They've gone back and forth a little bit between Riley Carrillo and the sophomore Hunter Pace. It's 1st and 10 for Rich at the Panthers' 37-yard line. It's going to be Carrillo back in the game for the Rebels. He'll line up in the I formation with 2 backs in the backfield. We have a missing player for Rich. And I think we'll have a timeout. Yep, timeout by Rich. We'll keep it right here, though. I don't think it was Riley Taylor who was running onto the field at the last moment. I'm suspecting he was not where he was supposed to be. Rebels down 28-0 here in Cokeville against the Panthers. They look to avoid getting shut out for a 2nd straight game. They have not scored in 8 straight quarters. And after this, it will be 9 straight quarters. Offense really needs to make the most out of some opportunities the defense presents them. Rebel defense with a couple of takeaways this game have really given this Panther offense all they can handle. In fact, if you look at the 28 points, only 1 touchdown has been by the Cokeville offense. We have a special teams punt return and 2 defensive scores for Cokeville. So if you just look at those 28 points, only 7 should really be credited to the Rich defense, which is an excellent performance against a really strong and fast and tough Cokeville offense. Here we go. It's 1st and 10 for the Rebels. They're at the Panthers' 37-yard line. Carrillo under center. Some movement by the defense, and I don't know if it's a false start or was it Cokeville that moved first? It looked to me like it was Cokeville. Nope, false start. So check that. So 5 yards given to the Panthers. That is the Rebels' 5th penalty of the game. They have been very disciplined through the first 2 weeks of the season, winning that penalty battle, but this one's a little closer. That's their 5th penalty for 30 yards. Here's 1st and 15. Carrillo takes the snap, hands up the middle to Meek. Meek is wrestling away his way through a couple of defenders, and he's able to get back to about the 38-yard line of Cokeville as the horn sounds and the third quarter comes to an end. The Rebels are down 28-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll be right back for our Bear Lake Realty 4th quarter.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Here we go for the start of the 4th quarter. Carrillo takes the snap at the Cokeville 38-yard line, hands it up the middle, and bursting through the defense is Grohl. Grohl going up the middle for a huge chunk of yards. That is Jaden Grohl all the way from the 38-yard line to the Panthers' 15-yard line. What a huge rush for Jaden Grohl. Rich has a great opportunity to get some points on the board. Grohl goes from the 38 to the 15.
From the 15.
A 20, we'll get the math in a second, but here's the snap, and Carrillo bobbles it for a moment, and now he has to just kind of pick it up, and he goes backwards. Tough break for Riley Carrillo, bobbled the shotgun snap from the 15-yard line. He loses 5 on the sack.
Loss of 5 on the play, 2nd down and 15.
It was a 23-yard rush for Jaden Grohl, his 2nd of the day. A huge one right up the middle. Great blocking in front of him paved the way. Here is 2nd and 15 from the Rebels at the Cokeville 20-yard line. Carrillo takes the snap, rolls out to the right, looking to pass, looks over the middle. He's got Meek for a huge gain. A flag comes down at the end of the play. It'll be about a 15-yard connection from Carrillo to Hayden Meek. We'll check out the flag, though. Meek was tackled right about the line to gain. I'm trying to speculate on what the flag is. I'm not going to. I'll wait for the referee to give us the ruling, but it's going to be about a 15 or maybe a 14-yard completion from Carrillo.
Helmet contact. Black. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Illegal helmet contact on Cokeville. That's usually those late flags after the catch is made is for. So here's 1st and goal for Rich at the 4-yard line. First and goal. Handoff goes up the middle. No, it's Carrillo holding on to it. He is stopped at the 1-yard line. He rushes for about 3 on the QB sneak. At the 1-yard line now, the Rebels trying to get some points on the board. They're down 28-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Carrillo comes out of the game. I'm not sure why, but nevertheless, it's Pace back in at quarterback, the sophomore. He's under center with one back in the backfield. 2nd and goal. He QB sneaks himself. Can he get over? It looks like he stopped. I don't know. Touchdown, Rebels!
He's in for 6. Touchdown, Rebels.
Hunter Pace rushes for 1 and gives the Rebels 6 points here in the fourth quarter with 9:49 to go in the game. Are they going to go for 2 or kick the extra point? It's Hunter Pace getting his first touchdown of the season and just his first appearance of the game, first appearance of the season as well. And they're going to kick the extra point. It's Pace to kick as well, so he'll complete the 7-point play.
Pace getting set to kick the point after.
Pace's kick, and it is blocked. So we'll keep it at a 28-6 game on the Station on Main scoreboard.
That'll bring up 28-6, 9:49.
9:49 to go in our Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Gary and Amber McKee in Garden City. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back. Rebels down though, they just scored. It's Hunter Pace, the 1-yard QB sneak.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Here we go. Pace to kick off for the Rebels. The kick is up. It's going to go in the direction of Dayton. He takes it at the 20, crosses over to the 30, now the 35 to the 40. He's got blocking up the middle, 45 to the 50, and he's tackled at the Rebels' 47-yard line, and that's where Landon Walker and the Panthers offense will set up shop. Go back there, and Hunter Pace punches it in for a 1-yard touchdown run to get Rich on the board. They trailed 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just a little over 9.5 to go in our Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. 28-6 your score. Panthers have a 1st and 10 at the Rebels' 46-yard line. Here's the snap to Walker. He'll throw, drops back, looks for his man, and Dayton is pummeled immediately. What a big hit right in the middle by Riker Conk. Forces an incomplete pass. Or I think it's Jaden Grohl actually in on the tackle. Yep, that's Jaden Grohl. He had a huge run to set up the touchdown. Grohl with a 23-yard explosion up the middle. That brings up 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass. Walker 3 for 6 on the day now. In shotgun. Takes the snap. Drops back, looks to throw again. This time he does connect with Dayton, and Dayton steps out of bounds after going forward for about 6. On the near sideline, a flag does get thrown towards the end of the play. Let's see what this is about. It was thrown just as Dayton was stepping out of bounds. I didn't see any interference going offense or defense, though. Here we go, though.
Black is blocking during the pass downfield. 15-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
No, pass interference on the offense. So a break for the Rebels. That sets up a 2nd and very long. Coach Todd Dayton for Cokeville is not happy with the call. So a 15-yard penalty backs this up all the way. The line of scrimmage is now for Cokeville at their own 39-yard line. They're saying he was blocking down the field before the catch was made, and that's pass interference on the offense. You can't block until the catch is made. Here's second and a very long. Cokeville at their 39-yard line. They need to get all the way to Rich's 36. Here's the snap. The handoff goes up the middle, and it was, I want to say Barnes. No, Walker, the quarterback, kept it on second and long. He goes forward for about 5. So Walker goes for 5. That's 3rd and 20 now for Cokeville. They're at their own 45-yard line. Rebels forced to stop here, and they just scored offensively. Maybe they can get some momentum going. There's a little over 8.5 to go. Here's the snap to Walker. He loads up and throws over the near sideline, and it's nearly caught by Walker. He got one hand to it. He had some room between here and the nearest defender, which was Trey Walker, and it would have gone for about close to a first down. It would have been about a 22, 23-yard catch maybe, but Dayton just gets one hand to it. I don't know why he didn't opt to put the second hand, but I'm not the one on the field. So here comes up a long 4th and 20 for the Panthers. There is 8:29 to go in our Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Rebels trail 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Those 6 points coming because of Hunter Pace's 1-yard QB plunge. Dayton calls timeout for his side. The Panthers want to talk things over. We'll take a timeout of our own. Don't go anywhere, though. The Rebels trail 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 8.5 to go in the game.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service, and great prices come together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm.
In the back. Flat. 10-yard penalty from the
Welcome back here. We apologize for the technical issues. It's a block in the back on Cokeville. They go back 10 yards. Cokeville punted. Rebels touched the ball, and then the Panthers jumped on it and took over in the Rebels' half of the field. So here we go. Now we're back. 1st and 20 for the Panthers. They're at Rich's 48-yard line. Walker is in shotgun. He's got 3 receivers on the far side, 1 back in the backfield. Takes the snap. He'll hand it up off the middle, and going forward is Cale Thompson. And Thompson goes for about 8 on 1st and 20 at the Rebels' 48-yard line.
Brought down by Johnson.
So Thompson goes for closer to actually about 7 on the run.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 14.
So they'll call him 6 though, so we'll call it 6 as well. 2nd and 14 for the Cokeville offense at the Rebels 41-yard line. Walker takes a snap, rolls out, looks to pass, has a man, but it's incomplete. Overthrew the intended target for Moyes.
Third down and 14.
So Thompson, after a 6-yard rush, sets up Walker, who goes incomplete. He's now 3 for 8 on the afternoon. Rebels trail 28-6 on the station on main scoreboard. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in our fourth quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. A big 3rd down coming for Cokeville. Can they capitalize on the turnover? Walker under center, takes a snap, hands up the middle. Barnes has a lot of room. He goes for the 1st down, or close to it at least. Let's see. It was a 3rd and 14. I think he's got it by a hair. Yep, they give it to him. Barnes on 3rd and 14 gets exactly that, and that sets up Cokeville with a comprehensive family dental 1st down. Barnes has really done a number on the Rebels. He's got 3 touchdowns today and close to 150 yards on the ground. Here's 1st and 10 for Cokeville at the Rebels 28-yard line. Snap. Walker looks to pass, looks on the near side to Dayton, who is tackled immediately by Walker. And the pass is good for about 5-6 yards on the reception.
Walker with the tackle. Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
So gain of 6 on the play. Here is 2nd and 4 from Rich's about the 22, 23-yard line. Walker under center, takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw, looks his man over the middle. Oh, underthrew him, and Hayden Meek nearly intercepted the ball. That would have been his, it would have been, I believe, his 2nd interception of the day. Yeah, that would have been his 2nd pick of the day. And that brings up 3rd and 4 from the Rebels' 22-yard line. 28-6, Cokeville over Rich on the station on main scoreboard. Just under 6 minutes to go in the game. Here's the snap. Walker hands up the middle to Barnes, and Barnes gets the 1st down, and he'll run for a touchdown. Barnes rushes for 22 yards, gets the 1st down and a lot more. He gives the Rebels a bigger deficit to climb out of. It is now 34-6 on the station on main scoreboard. That's Barnes' 4th touchdown of the day. A huge hole thanks to his offensive line, and he makes the Rebels pay. It is now 34-6. PAT pending. Dayton does the kicking. Kick is up, and it is no good, wide right. So we'll keep it at a 35-point game.
5:50 left in the ball game, 34-6.
34-6, 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go. We'll step aside. We'll take a quick break. Rebels trail 34-6 against the Panthers.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
the Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
Welcome back to Cokeville. Rebels trail 34-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Just a little bit under 6 minutes to go in our Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Lone touchdown for the Rebels coming by a 1-yard touchdown rush from the backup quarterback Hunter Pace, who has seen some action today, as Carrillo has struggled at times, but he's made a couple huge plays in the last offensive drive to set up a Rebels touchdown.
Grier and Walker back deep.
Grier and Walker for the Rebels stand at their own 15, 10-yard line. Here's Barnes to kick off for Cokeville. His side leads comfortably. It's a 34-6 game in favor of Cokeville. And it's a deep kick, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So that's where Rich will start once again. It's another kickoff on our Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoffs. That's helping Rebels and Bears get back in the game since 1998. Here we go. 1st and 10 for Rich at their own 20-yard line. They're down 34-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the game. We should be able to hear from Coach Grohl after the game. Now Carrillo, back. He's in the quarterback position again. He's in shotgun. He's got a receiver, a running back next to him, 3 receivers on the far side. Takes a snap, hands up, knows he'll hold on to it, goes up the middle. He's got a lot of room. Here goes Carrillo. And Riley Carrillo bursts up the middle for a gain of 16 on the run. Carrillo falls all the way to the 37-yard line. 17-yard rush. Carrillo now up to 60 yards on the ground. Great run by Riley Carrillo. Rebels just trying to put some points on the board here. I formation, 2 backs in the backfield. Carrillo takes a snap, hands it up the middle to Meek, and Meek does not have as much luck as Carrillo just did. He goes forward for 2. That's Meek's 5th rushing attempt today, and that's good for a total of 6 yards for him. We have a 34-6 ball game in favor of Cokeville, under 5 minutes to go. It is 2nd and 8 for the Rebels at their own 40-yard line. Here's Carrillo in the pistol, takes the snap, hands it off to Riker Conk. Conk crosses the 50, now the opposing 45, and he goes forward for a huge chunk of yards. A 17-yard rush for Riker Conk. And Riker Conk moving the Rebels to the Cokeville half of the field thanks to a 17-yard run. And Rich gets a comprehensive family dental first down, their 2nd of this drive. And it's 1st and 10 at Cokeville's 43-yard line. Carrillo in the shotgun formation, 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side, takes the snap, rolls out to the far side, running. He's going to hold on to it. He's going to go forward for a couple of yards. It'll be about a 7-yard, 8-yard rush for Carrillo. I actually call it 8. So Carrillo doing a couple of getting a couple of big plays on the ground. It's his 18th rush of the day. He's up to 68 yards. Riley Carrillo having an up and down afternoon, but right now he's riding that high. Here we go. Rebels have 2nd and 2 at the Panthers' 36-yard line. Takes the snap, looks to throw. He's got his man. That's Meek. Makes 1 man miss. Can he make 2? Yes, he can. A couple of Panthers come behind him, but not before Meek picks up the first down on a 7-yard reception. So Meek goes for 7 on the catch. It's his 2nd catch of the day. That's good for a total of 22 yards through the air for Hayden Meek. Carrillo now 4 for 6 with 48 yards and 2 interceptions. Here's 1st and 10 for the Rebels. They're at the Panthers' 26-yard line. Carrillo in under center with 2 backs in the backfield, takes a snap. He's going to hold on to it, then pitches it. Loose ball, though, went to the ground. Meek jumps on it. Heads-up play by Hayden Meek. However, the Rebels do lose a handful of yards. It'll be about a loss of 5 on the fumble recovery there, as it was a lateral. And that brings up 2nd and long for the Rebels. They're back at their own 30, at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Just over 2.5 to go in the game now. Rebels driving down the field. It is 2nd and long, 2nd and 15 from the Panthers' 31-yard line. Carrillo in shotgun takes the snap, got pressure, looks over the middle, has Connor Grier, but it goes through Grier's hands. That was a bullet off of Carrillo's hands, out of Carrillo's hands. Grier probably wants that one back. He was running across the middle, a little high, but hit both hands. That's a catch you have to make. And that brings up 3rd and 15 with 2 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the game. Rebels trail 34-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's 3rd and 15 from the Rebels at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Carrillo in shotgun, receivers everywhere. Takes a snap, rolls out to the near side, wants to throw. Now he'll run. He faces pressure. He's bottled up, and a swarm of Panthers come to him. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that brings up 4th and 15, 4th and 14. Maybe he gets half a yard.
That'll bring up 4th down.
And this is a tough spot for Coach Justin Grohl. You got to go for it, but what play do you have that gets you yardage on 4th and 15 at the Panthers' 30-yard line? Under 2 minutes and counting now in the game. Rebels trail 34-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Carrillo in shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. He's got Conk in the backfield. Takes the snap, looks to pass, faces a lot of pressure, makes his way up the middle. Ball comes loose, though, and the Panthers have it. Was he down, or is it a fumble? It's a fumble, and it's recovered by Cokeville. Carrillo had that ball punched loose, and it's a first down either way, as it was 4th and 15. So not much of a difference there as that ball does come loose. Nevertheless, it's the Panthers with the ball. 1st and 10, and a couple of the backups in. For Cokeville, we have 1:30 remaining in our Bear Lake Realty 4th quarter. In quarterback is Jack Dayton for Walker. He takes a snap. He runs it right up the middle. Rebels ready for it, though. They stop him after he goes forward for about 3 yards. He's a rather small guy. He gets up 4, actually. So 2nd and 6 for the freshman Jack Dayton, the quarterback. He's a 133-pound guy, probably about 5'5", 5'6". Here he is, though, under center in the T formation. Takes a snap. He hands it up the middle, and going forward with it is Outre. And Outre gets close to the first down marker, but he's stopped by the Rebels. About a yard. Nope, they're going to give it to him, actually. Keep the ball moving, keep the clock moving. Under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's 1st and 10 for Cokeville at their own 42-yard line. Under 30 seconds now in the game. Dayton takes the snap, hands up to Outre once again. This time the Rebels don't give a yard. They force him back for about a -1 result, and that will probably do it for us here as we are under 15 seconds in the game. Let's see how quick Cokeville is. And we'll get one more snap in, actually, about 5 seconds and counting. Here's the last play of the game. At the 41-yard line, 2nd and 11. Dayton takes the snap, throws, and it is completed, and toe tapping at the line is Ammon Halls. And that will do it here in Cokeville. Your final score, the Rebels fall 34-6 against the Panthers. Tough outing for Rich. Their defense played well. A couple of special teams and defensive scores from Cokeville misleads the defense with that 34 on the scoreboard. We appreciate you making Rich Rebel football a part of your Friday afternoon. The final on the station on main scoreboard, though, is 34-6. Panthers over the Rebels. Don't go anywhere. We've got a lot going on in our Epic Recreation post-game show. Hopefully we will be able to hear from head coach Justin Grohl. We'll see if he wants to make his way over here. We'll have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and our Stacy's Repair diagnostics. So don't go anywhere. We got a lot of great things coming your way. But the final from Cokeville, Panthers 34, Rebels 6.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome into our Epic Recreation post-game show. Hopefully Coach Grohl can make his way over here. I understand not an upsetting loss on the road. He may just want to get back home. And your final, once again, 34 for the Panthers, 6 for the Rebels. Let's recap this one, our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. The Rebels went behind quickly. It was a 60-yard punt return on the first punt of the game by Nate Barnes. Barnes would go on to score 4 touchdowns this afternoon. He would follow up his 60-yard punt return with a 50-yard strip fumble return on Riley Carrillo from the 50-yard line. And then later on, it's a pick 6 for the quarterback Walker, Landon Walker. After throwing an interception of his own, he responds with picking off the Rebels and going 65 yards to the house. Later on, we fast forward in the third quarter. Barnes goes up the middle for 22 yards on a touchdown run. He had another 22-yard touchdown run later on. And in between his 2 touchdown runs was Hunter Pace with a 1-yard touchdown plunge of his own. And that is how we get to 34-6 as your final. Rebels fall in Cokeville against the Panthers. We want to appreciate Jimmy John. That's your Freaky Fast recap, where fresh and fast meat, gourmet sandwiches, fresh and fast every day. Visit them at 113 Front Street, Evanston. I'm not sure if Coach Grohl will come his way to the press box. We'll take another quick break, and then we'll get back here to our Epic Recreation post-game show. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Visit epicrecreation.net, rentals in Bear Lake as well.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch, Saddle, and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch, Saddle, and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Welcome back to Cokeville. Rebels fall 34-6. They fall to 0-3 on the season. Meanwhile, the Panthers improve to 1-0. They win their home opener and their season opener as well. I don't think we're going to get Coach Grohl today, but I have a feeling had he been here, his Stacy's Repair post-game show diagnostics report would have been offense has to do better. Defense created several takeaways, and the offense just did not make the most of those. They had a 4th and goal stop, Rich did. They had 2 interceptions, a fumble. I mean, they were making plays defensively all over the field. If you look at those 34 points, only 14 of them came offensively for Cokeville. We're talking about 2 defensive touchdowns and a special team score, the first 3 scores for the Panthers. So defensively, they're looking at a 14-point game, and that's by all means a great showing from your defense. So for Coach Grohl, I'll talk to him later this week, and I suspect he'll say our offense has to improve. Carrillo was replaced momentarily by Hunter Pace, who did not pick up much traction, momentum of his own. He struggled throwing the ball a little bit and went backwards in his 2 possessions. So it'll be a big decision for Coach Grohl and his offensive staff of what they want to do at that quarterback position. That's your Stacy's Repair. They're out in Woodruff with our post-game diagnostics report. Once again, the Panthers win 34-6 against your Rich Rebels. We'll take one more quick break, and then we'll wrap it up here from Cokeville, and we'll look at our calendar and what's coming up ahead for the Rebels. Stick it right here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM K80Q and mylocalradio.com.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Welcome back to Cokeville. Panthers win 34-6 over your Rebels. Rich now winless still on the season. That slides their losing streak up a game up to 12 if you include last season. So Rich 0-3 on the season. They'll go home next week. And let's get to what's coming up here, actually. We have our roundup calendar. That's brought to you. Actually, it's not brought to you by anyone. So it's still part of our post-game show brought to you by Epic Recreation. But we got volleyball this afternoon. It's actually going to get going in about 30 minutes in Duchesne. I won't be there as the mileage between here and there prohibits me. But I will be tomorrow at Rich against the Kemmer team that comes in town to play your Rebels, a 2:30 start for varsity. And then next week we have Rich High School volleyball and football, a doubleheader. So Gunnison at 4 p.m. comes to town. That's on the gridiron. And then make your way to the gym for a Tabiona match as Tabiona comes to play Rich at 7 p.m. start. Well, folks, your final here from Cokeville once again. Panthers 34, Rebels 6. I'm Matthew Peterson signing off until next time. We appreciate you joining us here on Rebel Radio 98.3 FM, K80Q, and My Local Radio. Until next time, go Rebels.
Thank you for joining us for another Rich Rebel sporting event.